Dr. Sri Kumar Rao gave this really, I think, cool example where he's talking about two bricklayers who are laying bricks as their daily job. And you ask one person, what are you doing? The guy says, I'm laying bricks. That's part of my job. And you ask the other person who's doing the exact same job, what are you doing? And he says, I'm building a cathedral. Now imagine that shift in perspective. For the second person, with every brick being laid, they're getting one step closer to the cathedral. Even though the cathedral might be 20, 50, 100 years later, right? They're getting one step closer. So the motivation and inspiration towards that goal is naturally higher for the second type of person. So understanding why a particular goal is meaningful to us, and the bigger the purpose and the more bigger it is than us, the easier it is for us to stay motivated. Now, once we've established that, the next thing to consider is to have a process mindset, have commitment to the practice. And this is I think Stephen Pressfield talks about it from like the artist journey is to be the artist, a professional artist. A professional artist sits and gets through the process every single day without being attached to the result. They're committed to the process. A professional artist or a professional athlete or a professional winner in any space has failed more times than the amateur has tried. And the difference is that a professional or someone who can sustain motivation and inspiration for the long run is committed to the process. They're in love with the practice, not attached as much to the outcome. And it takes a bit of intention to just come back to the practice and find that love with the daily deliberate action. And this wisdom has been as old that I can remember. It's been talked about from some of the greatest artists and achievers of our times to all the way back to Bhagavad Gita, where this was the lesson that you can be committed to the action but not the outcome. Right? So that's the second mindset, to focus on the practice. And lastly is I think that most people miss that because it's cognitively difficult to understand, difficult to visualize, easy to understand, difficult to visualize, is the impact of compounding effect. When we are deliberately showing up and taking the practice every single day, for us to understand that practice really adds value and contributes to the bigger cathedral that we're trying to build for ourselves, it takes a bit of intention. Imagine there is someone tells you have a small pond and you buy some water lilies, and the guy says, these are a few water lilies, put them in the pond. Every year they double in quantity, and in 30 years your pond will be full, 100% full with just water lilies everywhere. Every year it doubles, and it takes 30 years. But what that means is in 29 years it will only be half full. What's crazy is in 28 years it will be only 1/4 full. And most people give up way before that, without understanding the impact of compounding effect. So understanding, having a deliberate practice, showing up to your craft, showing up to whatever you need to be motivated for every single day is more important than the result that it is creating. And once we show up every single day deliberately for long enough time, the compounding effect is insane. So having a clear why you want to do something, why is this goal meaningful to you, falling in love with the practice rather than the outcome, and understanding the compounding effect of anything that you do over a significantly long period of time. Having these three things ensures you stay motivated and inspired for achieving any goal that is meaningful to you.